States of matter. Let us recall the definition of matter first. Matter is anything which has mass, occupies space, and can be perceived by our senses. There are three states of matter: solids, liquids, and gases. Solids. In solids, the particles or the molecules are very closely packed. There is a strong force of attraction between the particles or molecules, and the intermolecular space is almost negligible. The molecules are therefore not free to move. They only vibrate about their mean positions. You can see the same in the animation. The animation shows the molecular arrangement of molecules in solids. This makes solids hard and rigid. Examples are ice, wood, stone, etc. Now, liquids. In case of liquids, the particles are not very closely packed. The intermolecular forces of attraction are not as strong as in the case of solids. Thus, the intermolecular spaces are larger. The molecules are loosely packed, hence liquids are more compressible. The particles are able to move freely and randomly, as shown in the animation. The kinetic energy of liquids is higher than that of solids. This makes liquid flow and take the shape of the container into which it is poured. Liquids have a fixed volume but no definite shape. Examples: water, fruit juices, mustard oil, etc. Gases. In case of gases, the intermolecular forces of attraction are negligible. Particles lie far apart from each other and the intermolecular spaces are therefore very large. The forces of attraction are so weak that the particles of gases are free to move within the entire space available to them. They have high kinetic energy. During motion, these particles collide with each other and also with the walls of the container. They have neither a definite shape nor a definite volume. They completely fill up the space available to them. Examples: water vapor, oxygen, air, etc. Now we come to a very important topic: kinetic theory of matter. The theory which reveals that any substance, whether solid, liquid, or gas, is made up of tiny particles called atoms. Molecules or ions which are in constant motion is called kinetic theory of matter. The main postulates of this theory are: matter is composed of very small particles called atoms and molecules. The constituent particles of a kind of matter are identical in all respects. These particles have spaces or gaps between them, which are known as interparticular or intermolecular spaces. There exists a force of attraction between the particles of matter which holds them or binds them together. This force of attraction is known as intermolecular forces of attraction. Particles of matter are always in a state of random motion and possess kinetic energy which increases with an increase in temperature and vice versa. Interconversion of states of matter. One state of matter can be changed into another and vice versa. The phenomenon of change of one state of matter into another and then back to the original state without any change in its chemical composition is called interconversion of the states of matter. The change in the state of matter is caused by change in temperature or change in pressure or both. Change in temperature. When a substance in solid state is heated, it changes into a liquid state after some time. On further heating, liquid changes into a gaseous state. On cooling, just the reverse happens. For example, when a candle is burnt, the solid wax melts into liquid wax. On cooling, the molten wax again changes back into solid wax. Change in pressure. A gas can be changed into a liquid and then into a solid by cooling it and by increasing its pressure. Thus, we can obtain liquid oxygen, liquid hydrogen, etc. For example, the LPG cylinders in our home, they contain cooking gas in liquid state at high pressure, whereas under normal conditions, it is a gas. Let us study some terms related to interconversion of states of matter. The first one is melting or fusion, which is very common to us and we all are familiar with it. The process by which a substance changes from solid state to liquid state is called melting or fusion. Refer to the animation. The fixed temperature at which a solid changes into a liquid at atmospheric pressure is called its melting point. The temperature remains constant till whole of the solid changes into liquid. Different substances have different melting points in their pure state. For example, melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. The second one is evaporation. The process by which a substance changes from a liquid state to vapor state is called evaporation or vaporization. The fixed temperature at which a liquid starts changing into gaseous state is called its boiling point. In the animation, you can see how the sun's rays heat the water surface, as a result of which evaporation of water takes place. The boiling point of pure water is 100 degrees Celsius. The third one, condensation or liquefaction. The process by which a substance in gaseous state changes into its liquid state is called condensation or liquefaction. Condensation point is the temperature at which a gas starts changing into its liquid state. Condensation point of steam is 100 degrees Celsius. Next one is freezing. The process by which a substance in liquid state changes into a solid state is called freezing or solidification. The temperature at which a liquid starts changing into its solid state is called its freezing point, as you can see in the animation. Pure water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius under normal conditions. Sublimation. The process by which certain substances change directly from solid to gaseous state on heating and vice versa on cooling is called sublimation. Camphor, iodine, ammonium chloride, etc. are all examples of sublimable substances. This is the diagrammatic representation of the interconversion of states of matter. Solid can be changed into a liquid by the process of melting, whereas liquid can be changed back into a solid by the process of freezing or solidification. Liquid can be changed into its gaseous state by evaporation, whereas the gas can be changed into a liquid by condensation or liquefaction. A solid can directly be changed into a gas by the process of sublimation, and the reverse can happen by the process of deposition. So let's recall what we learned. We learned or recalled the definition of matter. We learned that there are three states of matter, namely solid, liquids, and gases. We also learned the kinetic theory of matter and some of its postulates, interconversion of states of matter, terms related to interconversion of states of matter like melting, evaporation, condensation, freezing, and sublimation. At the end, we saw the diagrammatic representation of changes in the state of matter.